Hello guys, welcome back to the Sportsman Untitled. I've gathered a panel of EFL experts and we are going to discuss our hot take in the Championship for the 25-26 season. I want to hear things that will make my jaw drop. Ben, have you got anything for me?
Well, I'd like to talk about the playoffs, and I'd like to talk about last season's playoffs, because could we have a scenario where Bristol City and Coventry and Sheffield United, who lost in the playoffs last season, could all not be there again next season, but could we see one of the managers who was there last season, Liam Manning, in there with Norwich? I think we're going to get a bit of a playoff reshuffle. And look, I know Norwich were in there a couple of years ago, got hammered by Leeds, didn't they? But I think we might get some new faces in the playoff spots.
That's interesting, because that would open the door for, I don't know, West Brom, some of these other teams that haven't been in there a while, because there's 4 spaces to fill. Connor, are you feeling the same about that, or do you think Coventry, Sheffield United?
I'm going to go with Sayers potentially getting a bigger points tally than Chris Wilder Sheffield United last season.
So you're completely the opposite.
Yeah, completely the opposite.
Is that 90 or 92, by the way?
I'm going to go with the accrued points, which I was reminded of all season. We'll go 92. If it is a hot take, I think we've mentioned several times. I've mentioned several times in the previous video that the last 20 minutes of games, they were extremely poor last season. Very, very poor when it came to letting goals in. And I think they're going to get a lot stronger this season. They're going to be a fitter team. They're going to be a lot sharper. And I still think they're going to have a heck of a lot of assets. I don't think they're going to lose much to an extent in Vinny Souza going out, because Arblaster's coming back and he covers ground extremely well. Him partnered with a developed City Peck from last season, who was one of the best midfielders in the Championship, could be one to look at. Maybe a midfield 3 in there as well. If Sayers puts Gus Hamer centrally, doesn't keep him wide left, that'd be lovely to see, because I think there's more production from him, from Hamer in a middle position there. Then you've got the depth as well of O'Hare, etc. on the bench. I think Ryan One is going to have a bit of a breakout season if Kiefer Moore moves on to Wrexham, Dave. And look, I think that is a potential hot take. Who knows? But yeah, that's my.
I like it a lot. Ben, I'll just come back to you, because it sounds like you're pretty positive on Norwich and what they could do, even potentially losing Sargent as well as Signs.
I think, well, if you look at Liam Manning, MK, like 89 points, third, got Ainsworth in the final, didn't he? Goes to, got all his best players sold, got sacked, but he improves teams. Oxford, they were struggling under Carl Robinson, and it's a kind of slow burn and up they go. Bristol City, same thing. I just think he's got a proven kind of track record now of going into clubs and making them better. Yes, to Connor's point earlier, it's a bit more methodical and a bit more, say, pragmatic than what we think Gerhard Struber will do at Bristol City. But I quite like Norwich. But I just want to piggyback off Connor's point, Simon. We're not going to get this nonsense at the top again, are we? So 100, 92 on pitch last year. Year before, 97, 96, 90. Are we not going to get a more sensible league table?
Have you not looked at the wage spend of these teams coming back from the Premier League? Because unfortunately, as a boring human being, that is going to happen once again.
So you think,
100%.
Okay, you tell me, how many teams score 90 points next season?
3.
Oh, it's insane.
The 3 relegated teams, 100%.
And Birmingham?
Birmingham no, they're going to get about 87 to be precise.
Oh my God.
Very interesting. That'll be very, very close.
But this stretched league table is ridiculous. Listen, we can't have 3-4 teams just beat everybody. That's not how league tables historically have stacked up, has it?
No.
Throw Birmingham in there like Ipswich were a couple of seasons ago, potentially.
Is it Birmingham with the relegated teams as kind of the top 4 dominating
Sheffield
teams?
United as a year 2 parachute,
Yeah, it doesn't leave much room for the mid-table.
Okay,
ones.
let me make an argument against it. If you add in Birmingham and you think Sheffield United are going to be good, say Coventry are good under Lampard, do we then get more quality? Can 6 teams kind of start beating each other and that reduces down these crazy 90-point totals?
No.
Help me!
Sorry, it's over. The dream is over. But just on Sheffield United, it might be quite tough for them this season. Of the last 5 playoff finalists that became runners-up, only 2 out of the 5 got promoted via the playoffs or reached the playoffs last season, and that was Brentford and Leeds United, who very much kept their squads together. You think the Coventry City team, obviously I want to bring this up, bad memories, Victor Gyökeres was sold for 20 million that year, and then the Huddersfield Town team lost Lewis O'Brien for 8 million quid. So Sheffield United, obviously Vinny Souza is a big player for them. He's gone. I also think Chris Wilder shouldn't have got sacked. He should have stayed at Sheffield United. I think it was very unfair. 92 points and not getting another chance at getting promoted is an absolute joke, in my opinion. So I hope that they are a little bit further in the pack, and then there will be a split between the top three sides.
As well, and this is obviously subjective, but when Leeds went into their second season in the Championship, I think we discussed it several times that the division was maybe a little bit kinder to Leeds.
Yeah.
I think Sheffield United are going into a season this season which is going to be, I know once again it's subjective, but there are people saying that Wrexham are going to challenge for the top six potentially. I know you're not Dave, but Birmingham,
Not for me.
Birmingham for a lot of reason are going to be in there as well. A lot of people talking Coventry up to be stronger. Some of these mid-bracket teams been a little bit stronger than they were, and obviously the team's coming down, so that's another little caveat.
It's not particularly hot, but on the back of what you were saying, Ben, I think we certainly won't see a 68, 69, 70 point total be enough for sixth place in that playoffs this season. I think it will be another 5-6 points on top of 75, and that quality, as you say, will hopefully get a bit closer.
I hope so, Simon, because look, it's a race at the end of the day, and if you run a slow time but you finish sixth in a race, you finished sixth, that's the deal. But it did feel like we went into that playoff semi-final with a 92 versus a 68, and we got a 6-0 aggregate scoreline, didn't we? And
the other thing to mention, by the way, with the points is that Sheffield Wednesday are going to finish bottom. We all think that, and they could potentially amass.
Are you giving everybody 6 points, Simon?
Well, people are going to be starting. No one should be losing.
Do you remember
to
the year I
Sheffield
think
team.
Wolves missed out 78? I think they had 78 points and didn't get into the... I just feel like you want a competitive playoff thing, not some procession for the teams that have got the most
I'm
money.
not the one that's made the rules. I haven't set up parachute payments, have I? Because if I did, I'll do it a little bit better than what they've done.
Fair.
But Wrexham will get relegated from the Championship this season.
What's my hot take?
Your hot take, yeah.
I've got Borough bottom 3 after 10 games. I think Borough are really going to have struggle at the start of the season. I don't think Rob Edwards is that much of an improvement on Michael Carrick. I'll wait and see. I think what we saw in his interviews, as you mentioned last season, Ben, he just looked defeated and like he was clinging on to a job that he probably shouldn't have been in at that time of the year. On paper, they've got the most difficult opening four fixtures. They've got Swansea at home, Millwall away, Norwich away, and Sheffield United at home. I think they could be bottom after those 4 games quite conceivably, and I think that just puts him and the club on the back foot. They've got some quality. Finn Azaz, we know about Hayden Hackney potentially moving on. I just don't know if it's the right fit at this time. And as I mentioned, Danny Rolls there lingering. He could come into the club.
He's basically in the cupboard, isn't he? In every club. Waiting for him to come out. Oh, welcome to Danny. He's our new manager for this season.
So that's what I'm expecting. I think a club will pull the trigger early because he's available.
It's almost a race, isn't it?
Yeah, a race to the bottom. Dave, what's your hot take?
Yeah, no, I said it before. Wrexham are going to get relegated. I just don't think they're good enough. They've not got enough quality. They're not spent enough money going through the leagues. And Kiefer Moore is just untested at this level.
I think that will get you on Disney Plus.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Unfortunately, I'll be sat next to you.
Yeah, it'll be good. You'll be the backup. Should we do it more cleaner so they can definitely cut it out?
What do we think of Wrexham? Wrexham aren't going down, are they, guys? Come on.
No.
Silence from Connor, just nothing.
No, I don't think so. I think it's. I think with the recruits that they've brought in, a lot of them tried and tested at Championship level. I once again, we were just speaking about this with Birmingham. When it comes to a January standpoint, I think a lot of people maybe ignore this when it comes to obviously improving your side. But if they go and attack that January market, if things maybe aren't going the way they should be, like Dave said, if they do that, they're going to have a lot of capital, I think, with obviously the sponsorships and their PSR standpoint, which is very healthy. Theirs and Birmingham's. I think it'll be just about fine for me.
Excellent stuff right there. Our hot takes for the 25-26 Championship season. Please comment down below your hot takes and we'll come back to them in a year's time. Like the video while you're at it and we'll see you next time on the Sportsman Untitled.